Hi, this is Becca.
And this is Kyla.
And you are listening to Chadderbox. Hello, Chadderbox family. If you are here on day one listening, or if you are a ride or die listener, or if you just stumbled upon us while avoiding any adult responsibilities, welcome to Chatterbox. This is a no judgment zone, so freak out if you want to. We're okay with it. Learn wild things with us, maybe even yell at your earbuds or yell out loud, and people will appreciate it. You can just answer out loud when we ask questions. It's fine.
I talk to myself all the time.
So if you're digging our vibes, then hit the follow and subscribe button. And we just want to let you know that we do appreciate you, our new or returning listeners, and we hope that you appreciate what we're trying to do here. So let's dive into our latest topic, which is the sacral chakra.
It's so funny. I was saying sacral.
So we have just checked, and it is sacral chakra.
Oh, darn it. It ain't the sacral.
Well, I have heard it both ways in many either TikToks, YouTube videos, whatever. So I guess whichever way you want to pronounce it.
Well, because those people didn't take the time to look it up.
Yeah.
They just wanted to say what they thought, like I probably would have.
Or maybe we're just in different realities.
We jump timelines.
Maybe those people are just in a different timeline.
I've been feeling like that lately. And then also, oh my god, it kills me deep inside to say that. Oh my god, it kills me. About how, god, I can't even say it. Never mind.
Say it.
No, because it's every time I hear someone talk about fast food now, example, McDonald's. I think human meat.
Yeah. Because of...
And then I hear people talk about it, what in McDonald's, and I'm like, I don't want to say, that might have human meat in it. And I'm sitting there, this is so random, but it's been something that's been in my brain. Every time I hear about it, I'm like, I can't. And there's rubber and bread at Subway. This is so random, but this is in my brain. This is all.
No, it's good that you don't want to eat fast food because
I never really did before, but even more so. You know what I mean, though?
I haven't really been eating fast food lately.
I don't.
I haven't. The only things that I've been getting is once every 2 weeks. I'm either getting sushi from Sushi Natty or I'm getting Chinese food from the place up the street. That's the only place that I go right now, but I don't really eat out like that.
I just don't want to say it and ruin it for people, but some people don't really care. But if that was really the case, then a lot of fast food is, because they've said before in the past,
the KFC commercial, did you see that?
Where they dip the human in, and then he comes out as a chicken wing.
And if that isn't just putting it out in front of your face,
there was a thing where they had to change Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC because it's not Kentucky Fried Chicken, because it wasn't actually chicken, essentially. They had to change the name. There was a whole video I watched about it.
Oh my god.
Because remember on the old videos you see Kentucky Fried Chicken spelled out on the restaurants?
Yeah.
And now it's just KFC.
Ooh. I haven't eaten KFC in so long.
I don't ever eat there. I just don't eat out fast food, really. I don't. It's not just something that I will avoid it at all costs, basically. And even before I knew about any of this, I avoided it. So, I'm glad, but even more so, it just, makes me want to, tell people, but I don't want to, I'm this has this in it. Trapper's, about to kill me because I'm, telling him that certain thing, even with everything. I'm
you're just real. You're just telling them exactly.
We can't do no more watermelon that aren't seedless, that have to have seeds, because seeds are meant to be grown inside a vegetable or a fruit normally.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're making a biogenetic watermelon, and it has,
Bioengineer.
yeah, like that's seedless. I've always loved seedless, but then I realized seedless ain't real. So I'm like, just gonna eat regular seeded, I guess. And try. I keep hitting him with stuff.
Dude, I've been making so many different homemade meals from scratch lately. It's been so interesting. I don't know what is inspiring me to do this shit because I do not plan my meals.
I want to make butter from scratch. I just found this thing on Amazon. This girl, she bought this thing. It comes with like a whole kit, and it's like in this jar. And basically, you get heavy cream, and you just churn it. And it's like $60. It's like this little tin. And I watched her make a video on it, and then she starts using this paddle, and she makes sticks of butter, and then she wraps it in her own like wrapping paper, and then just uses it when she needs to. And it was so cool. She used heavy whipping cream, and it's this like thing you can buy on Amazon. Like I want to get an inversion blender to make my own mayonnaise because mayonnaise is really bad for you. You can make your own. It's way healthier because all like the soybean oil and stuff it's in them. No, you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
But I want an immersion. There's so many things.
You're gonna need to show me your Amazon wish list because I most definitely want to look at that butter thing.
I just added it too.
Wait, I can literally make that with my KitchenAid. What am I doing?
Look,
I can literally just use my KitchenAid.
I wonder if I could.
Because I've seen videos of people using their KitchenAid, and I got one gifted to us for our wedding last year. Oh shit!
So you can just like turn it, and then it turns into butter, like a cream, and then like.
Yeah, that's cool. I know that you can do that from heavy whipping cream. I just haven't done it. I should do it. I don't know what's holding me back.
That's cool though, ain't it?
Yeah, that is cool. And plus, that one doesn't run on any electricity either, so you can always have that. Especially during the zombie apocalypse. Just
yep, always would have. I mean, but how we gotta milk the cow. We gotta whip the cream, and then whip the milk. How do you know what I mean? And then make the butter.
You know that there was a video that was circulating a few years ago of people asking kids where does chocolate milk come from, and they were like, it comes from the chocolate cows.
Oh my god. I guess they're just not teaching them cows no more these days. They're not teaching them about nothing like that. Agriculture. The brown ones, are there actual brown cows that produce milk? I don't know. Sorry about that.
Sorry, little rabbit trail, but this is Chatterbox, so you know we're going to be talking about random shit.
But we know you love it. We know you look it up. Oh.
Okay. So, let's get into our incredible topic, which I am learning so much about this with you guys as we go along. I mean, every week we're getting this information and then giving it to you guys, and we are learning with you. So, the sacral chakra is the chakra known for its creativity and emotional flow within our bodies. So, the sacral chakra is the second primary chakra in the body. It governs emotions, creativity, pleasure, and relationships. It's located about 2 inches below the navel in the lower abdomen. It's associated with the water element. It symbolizes fluidity, adaptability, and the subconscious. And this energy fuels our ability to experience joy and embrace change and deeply connect with others. So, whether it's through art or intimacy or through play, its color is kind of an orangey, bright color, and this orange warm tone reflects warmth, passion, and the life force of creativity. What are signs that your sacral chakra is imbalanced? Well, if you have an overactive sacral chakra, you are going to deal with emotional volatility. You're going to be dealing with addictive behaviors, excessive attachment to sensory pleasures. If you have an underactive sacral chakra, you can have creative blocks, low libido, fear of change, or dealing with emotional numbness. You also have physical symptoms such as lower back pain, urinary issues, reproductive imbalances, and these are signs that you are having a disruption of free flowing energy that is either stagnant or too chaotic, which means you overindulge in these pleasures.
You can feel stifled in your creativity and resentful for not being able to birth ideas into the world. You also may have relationship issues, platonic and romantic, reproductive issues, or feel unstable or unhealthy around aspects of your sexuality. There will also be feelings of shame. You also will have issues around money and abundance, either placing an overemphasis on obtaining material goods or not owning our abundance at all.
I feel like in certain ways I can relate to being imbalanced in this area, but not very much as I did the root, which is kind of weird to say, but I feel like certain things I don't have an imbalance in. But other things I do. But we'll get to.
I guess the questions at the end will really kind of make us see maybe if those questions will make us see if it's imbalanced, right? Isn't that what the goal is essentially to see?
Yeah, and those questions are designed to open that up. So we really don't have that much to get into with the sacral chakra before we get into the questions, but we do have, an introduction. We want to tell exactly what it is. Then we want to give some case studies of people who may be dealing with things or dealt with things that you are struggling with now. So I can show you the case studies before we get into the questions, and we're going to be doing that for all of the chakras. So,
and we could also go on a deeper level, like of the crystals that you can use to help open up that chakra as well, if we want to, like since we have that in here. So,
and you can also lay down and just lay flat on the floor in. I'm pretty sure it's called corpse pose. You put that.
Yeah, and yoga as well. Yep.
Yeah, you can lay down, put that crystal on that part of your body that is affected, and lay in sunlight. And that is apparently it's a natural way to kind of cleanse the energy center. But some people, again, don't entertain the thought. But if you're here with us today and you are absolutely super against this idea, just play around with it, okay? If you don't believe in this kind of energy and you don't believe in restorative healing through what normal people would call a placebo effect, but we are in a sense energetic beings. We do have an energy, an aura, and doing these things can help restore and balance certain parts of yourself. So maybe just entertain the thought. You don't have to believe it 100%, but maybe just entertain the thought that maybe you do for just about an hour or two. So, when you want to restore balance to your sacral chakra, you can engage in certain practices to help stimulate the movement and to help your emotional expression. You have yoga poses that are hip openers like pigeon's pose. Dancing or journaling is going to help open up and restore balance to the sacral chakra.
There's child's pose, happy baby pose, downward facing dog. Other poses can help open the hip and groin, such as cow face, bound angel pose, open angel pose, and forward bending of the legs in the first stage of pigeon pose.
I do almost all of those movements a few times a week. At
Really?
least 3 or 4, yes. So a lot of those ring true to me because before I work out, I do child's pose, I do pigeon's pose, I do, which one are the other ones?
There's downward facing dog, bound ankle pose, open ankle pose, happy baby pose. Did you say that one already?
I do that one, and the only ones I haven't done is the angel poses.
Okay.
But I need to look those ones up
because what?
I love doing hip openers before I work out, whether I'm doing an arm, like upper body workout or a leg workout. I love opening up my hips, and I do it every time. And I have issues with my sciatica, So even when if I'm doing arms, if I'm sitting for a long period of time, my sciatica will start hurting. So that's why I like to start out with doing at least 15 to 20 minutes of yoga before my workout. So it helps me to feel, you know, just flexible, I guess, and to open up my hips so then I don't deal with issues of my sciatica. There are other tips to help restore balance. You can do hula hooping, for example. And I'm not talking about just putting it around your waist and doing that, which yes you can, but you can dance with the hula hoop. If you haven't looked up,
Yes, you can do some cool stuff with that. That's fun too.
they're so much fun.
Do
And
it around the neck, the arm.
it's like a creative free flow, and it's like a dance. It's
Mhm.
like dancing with a circle. You can also learn mantras. You can write them or say them to yourself multiple times. You can surround yourself with orange hues in crystals like carnelian and orange calcite. Those are just examples. There are many other orange stones that you can look up. You can have them sitting on your windowsill, see them when you first wake up, surrounding yourself with these colors. You can include more play into your daily routine. So maybe start carving out an hour or two a night where you are doing something that you actually thoroughly enjoy. And I'm not talking about just watching TV. I'm not talking about just scrolling on TikTok either.
Or editing a video.
Yes.
Is that creative?
I mean, if you're working on something that you're passionate about, I would say if you're excited about doing it and you're not just like, oh, this is work, like I need to fucking
No, I
do
like
this.
it. It's fun. I'm like going as I'm like creating something, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, if you're doing something that's in that creative flow state, that's what's going to help balance this part of your life, which I really feel like this part of my life is pretty balanced.
And then maybe also us doing this is creative.
Oh, absolutely, because I'm always working on this.
Because I'm like sitting here like, do I lack creativity? But I have an imagination and stuff, but I don't know. But the whole, what is it?
The sacral chakra?
No, this one.
Get in touch with your sexuality on a more subconscious level.
Because I don't be thinking about nothing like that.
See, that part of my life I feel like I am very in tune with.
But yeah, I was like, do I have something blocked?
Hey,
I know, you never know.
In this series, you're gonna get to know us a lot more, so
Beat, beat.
spill it, Kyla.
There ain't nothing to say.
Some people,
I'm just lazy.
some people just.
I'm just in the mood physically or mentally. No, mentally.
Just mentally not in the mood. See, I feel like
I'm too tired.
I've always been such a physical person. I'll tell you everything.
Becca will tell you. I won't. Skip, skip, skip. Oh, you got a notification from a
Oh,
store.
girl.
The deal.
I always be signing up for shit.
I know you do. You're bad. How many you could get that app and they'd be like, I'll give you $500 right now. If you can guess how many subscriptions you have, you would not be able to tell me.
I have a lot.
Could you count right now and know the number?
Not at the top of my head right now. No.
But if someone was gonna ask you on the spot and offer you money, you wouldn't know.
I would need a second.
You were not allowed to have a second. You have to know. You've not seen that video where they're like, right now, tell me if you can tell me how many subscriptions you have.
I have a lot. I know I have a lot.
Lose.
I actually did write them down in my payroll journal thing that I got the other day. So I do have them all written down.
But you, in the moment,
In the moment,
the video, you would not answer it.
I could not. I would still need a minute to think about it, and I'm not in that flow state currently. It's like doing math right now. There's no way I could do math right now.
I feel like I sounded like SpongeBob there.
You know, I was literally thinking about this earlier in the week. I wish that I could start our episode with that one song from SpongeBob where they're zooming in on the Krabby Patty for like 5 minutes.
I do that all the time. I can do it on Honestly, I used to do it all the time. He starts like breathing.
Yes. Dude, I wish that we could start the podcast with this.
I mean, I can do it.
What?
I mean, I'm good at rolling the tongue. Don't play games.
I can't roll my tongue.
I'm a boss ass bitch when it comes to rolling the tongue.
I can't. I wish I could. I'm not skilled.
That's about all I can do with my tongue. I'm just kidding.
I can't.
And we know what you do. Actually, I don't know, and I don't want to know.
I'm a bad girl.
I don't want to know.
You're like, ew, cuties.
Keep it to yourself. I'm non-binary. I don't even know that.
I'm non-binary.
I don't even know what that actually means. Is that the right word?
What? Non-binary means you have no sex. Ah!
Oh my god, that's so funny. Like someone that doesn't believe in it, right?
No, like you're not male or female.
Like you don't have like interest in either or.
No, you could have interest in either or, but you yourself have no sex.
That's what I'm saying. But the person who is non-binary doesn't want to have sex with neither nor male or female.
No, they can.
But they don't want to.
No, it's not. That's okay. That's asexual. You're thinking.
Okay, that's what I meant to say.
Asexual means that you don't want to have sex.
That's what I meant to say then.
But non-binary is a no. I said no sex, and you're like, yeah, doesn't want to have sex. Like, I could tell that. I was like, I think that's.
That's what I was meant. It's asexual. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay.
No,
but very close, I guess.
Kind of, but people who are non-binary can be in, whether it's, like they can be gay, they can be straight, they just have no gender.
Okay, so that has that is different than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about asexual.
You're asexual?
Oh, bitch, I'm talking about it. I'm just explaining what a person is.
Oh my god, I was like, wait, you're asexual?
Well, there was a reason. What were we talking about before? It's like you need to go back and look at it. I had a reason for it. Now I forget. Move on.
Sorry.
She made me forget.
Oh, sorry.
It's my new hair. It just got done, so I forget more. Just kidding.
She got more blonde, so.
More bleach in my hair.
That bleach goes into your brain, right?
It does, and I'm okay with it.
She got a brain tie-dye.
It's all bleached in there.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm gonna get back. So, if you would like to balance your sacral chakra in other ways, you can write affirmations, let's say, on your bathroom mirror, so every time you brush your teeth, which I hope you're brushing your teeth at least twice a day, or once is good, but you should still brush your teeth. And you can put in your bathroom mirror, I honor my emotions, or my creativity flows freely. And this can also recalibrate this energy center if you are having issues with being creative.
Either on your crystal or something, or on your body. Or
on your body, yeah, in that area.
Yeah, in that specific area. So that could be something you could do as well.
So 2 inches below the belly button.
Yeah, so one's on the motherfucking anus, and then one's on the pelvic bone.
By nurturing your sacral chakra, you will reclaim your capacity for joy, sexuality, and having authentic connection with yourself and or others.
Lemon, patchouli, rosewood, and sandalwood are good essential oils that you could like rub in the area, or just to help like in your home.
I actually have an essential oils kit that was gifted to me for Christmas.
I love patchouli with my heart.
It smells
patchouli is one of my favorite smells ever.
It's the best incense smell.
It's a good smell. It's because this lady that had my friend's mom, she always wore it growing up, and I always wondered what the smell was, and now I just love it now as an adult.
It's an earthy smell. It's so good.
I like sandalwood too, so.
Mm-hmm. I love Palo Santos.
Okay.
That shit, it also has that earthy, sweet, like woody smell. Love it.
I love that too.
But when it comes to the sacral chakra, it does govern your govern your emotions, your creativity, your pleasure, your relationship dynamics. It represents the seat of desire. This also represents your passion and fire for either life or things that you're interested in. And this is the seat of your unconscious mind. This is associated with the water element, which symbolizes fluidity, adaptability, and emotional depth.
And then there's affirmations that will help as I feel. Say a lot of affirmations and I feel. So I feel happy with my life. Like, just start things, I guess. Start things with that.
And affirmations?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess like that, like word of affirmations. Like, and you can start with that.
That would be a good beginning to a journal entry.
Yes.
I feel.
Yes.
What do you feel? This is the etymology of the word. So in Sanskrit, it's called the Svadhisthana. And if I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to butcher
in
it.
here too.
Does it give the actual pronunciation?
No.
I tried to write it in. But the Sva is meaning self, and the Adhisthana is the dwelling place or established in. So the literal translation of this word is where the self is established, or one's own abode. So this reflects the chakra's role in self-identity, emotional grounding, and personal creativity. Its location, again, 2 inches below the navel. The navel is a belly button, if you did not know. And secondary connections, you have the reproductive organs, the lower back, hips, bladder, kidneys, the lymphatic system, and circulatory fluids. The energetic anatomy, the shape of this is actually a 6-petaled lotus, and it represents 6 emotional obstacles: anger, hatred, jealousy, cruelty, pride, and desire. The symbolism with this chakra is a crescent moon inside of the lotus, which is symbolizing circles or cycles, intuition, and the subconscious. You have 2 seed mantras, which is Vam, the primary mantra, and then Om, which is the secondary. And the animal symbolism is with the crocodile, or the Makara, which represents primal desires and emotional currents, which is kind of crazy to think that emotions are currents, but they do just flow until they complete and end up in something else. I never even thought about that.
Some has to release eventually. Like those moments where I can't let it go. Eventually, I do, but it can come back later.
Yeah. I feel that 100%. I do not. I'm the worst person at holding a grudge, but when I'm done with you, there is no grudge being held. I'm just done with it. If you've done something that makes me either angry and or upset, or does something very intentional to hurt me or my energy, I can just let go like that, because I'm not going to continue to be hurt by somebody who says that they love me. You know what I mean?
Oh, trust me, I understand that.
So, some people might see it as me holding a grudge, but I see it as me being emotionally strong.
Protecting your energy.
Yeah, being emotionally capable to let go of energy that does not serve me. That's where I'm at in life.
Sometimes you're just not meant to be with certain people or be around them. And that's okay.
Sometimes you just don't vibe with people. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're
or
still
you
kind
do,
to them.
They just are not, they're not, you know, treating people the way they, you know, they're just not treating you as a friend should, basically, or a significant other.
Yes, that's something that I truly don't put up with, which I need some freaking water. I was being heckled in the gas station today, so I was just trying to grab the first water that I saw that looked okay.
Oh my god, you better calm it down.
I'm serious, he was yelling at me.
I'm sick of it.
This guy was yelling at me and was like, "Girl, you the whole package, give me that number." And I'm just like, "No, like I'm just trying to get my water." But when he was yelling at me, other people in the store were looking at me, and I'm just trying to get my water and get out. So I was just I grabbed a core water. It was like a big boy, big water.
Better drink it all.
It's gonna stay in my car.
It better get finished before we leave.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's your goal today, everybody. If you can't make her accountable, make it in the comment below that she needs to drink more water.
Which, by the way, SpongeBob keeps coming up in my life lately. It really keeps coming up. So at work the other day, my lead was saying something. I can't remember what it was. And I just go, I can't understand your accent.
I did that the other day with Cassie. She started talking to me. I'm like, what do you mean? And she did it back.
It's so funny. Me and my lead were talking to each other like that for like the rest of the day. It was so funny.
Oh no, I could only do it for a little bit with her, but
she'd be like, it only lasts like a few hours, but it was still like, she was like, turn around. I'm talking to you.
I'm like, every word must have spit, not two.
My life. I don't know. Maybe we all of us who share a deep connection to the SpongeBob.
When he's scared, screaming. You know what I'm talking about? Really? Yeah, well, then you're not an OG. She's not an OG if she doesn't know that one.
Dude, I don't fucking remember everything.
It's
I try.
Hashtag slasher, dude. You're fucking done with your ass. Hold on.
That one.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't even know it. But she doesn't know the scene.
Yes, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about. She just gotta pull it up for me.
And you know what he does next? What? You really want to know? What? Are you sure you want to know? They do.
That's what I think of. That's what exactly.
Oh my god.
And I knew exactly which episode it was just because I know SpongeBob that fucking good. But I did watch it a lot growing up, and me and Trapper have watched it in the past year, at least a little. Like we watched it, a lot of it.
Really?
Like,
oh my god!
Like, not like the past 6 months, but probably the more towards like last year. He had it on a lot.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I don't watch SpongeBob.
It's on all the time. We watch it all. It's on cable, so.
See, I don't have cable.
It's also on Paramount Plus.
I guess I'm too interested in my shows right now. I'm
put it
on
as a background show, and you need to introduce it to your son.
I do need to.
No,
the OG
I'm serious.
SpongeBob.
No, I'm not joking. You need to put on your Paramount Plus when you're hanging out with your son, and you need to put SpongeBob on the first season.
Yes.
And then make him go through. He will love it. He gonna love it. He gonna. You're gonna start laughing like SpongeBob too.
Yeah, I should introduce him. The only movie that he likes outside of his other toddler shows that he only likes Miss Rachel and Lucas and Friends on YouTube. But the only other thing that he likes is Lion King. So
you should also show him Dragon Tales, Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain.
And then also.
Do you call them the Berenstain Bears?
Berenstain Bears. Yours sounds weird.
Berenstain? I came from that universe.
Berenstain Bears.
I came from the Berenstain Bears.
Maybe that's just what part of you were in a different state. Maybe y'all had a different twang.
No, it was spelled differently. It was the Berenstain Bears. I'm not kidding.
Okay, well maybe that's just the way you guys said it.
No,
Look it
was
up.
spelled different. That's the Mandela effect, bro.
But no, because that's how I remember it. It wasn't Stain.
I've always remembered it, and this is a Mandela effect. This is legitimately.
No, it's not. It's Berenstain, but I said Berenstein. It's still spelled like that. Look, it still says that.
Oh my god.
I just say it like that. Berenstein.
Hold on. Wait, it's literally the top search right now.
But it's Berenstain. Everywhere is Berenstain. They didn't change it. I just say it Steen.
People have memories of it being Steen. Stein.
Then it's just probably a misprint from like articles and stuff that don't know how to spell it. Like that's probably from a newspaper article or like a fucking crossword or.
This is an actual Mandela effect. Like
I
actually,
I
a
think
collective
I
false
think
memory.
it was probably the Berenstain. I just always thought it had an E. Like it was pronounced E.
So, according to a Reddit post, which we most definitely need to do a Mandela effect episode, but a lot of people, these are from 2 years ago, by the way, but a lot of people say that they remember the Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain. So, people assume that our timelines have merged, and that's why we have different memories of the same thing. But I genuinely believe that this is a true Mandela effect, and people say that they have vivid memories of it being pronounced Berenstein, not Berenstain. But I remember specifically noting it as Berenstain, Ain. But I feel like it should be Berenstein. I feel like that's what it should be. But I came from a different reality. That's what I'd like to joke about.
It literally says in the AI, I typed in Berenstein. That's all I typed in. It says Berenstein is often confused with the correct spelling Berenstain, which is the name of the authors of the children's book series of the Berenstain Bears. The discrepancy is a common example of the Mandela effect, where a large number of people collectively misremember something. They're telling us we misremember it. So the Mandela effect is this phenomenon referring to situations where a significant number of people share a false memory or recall of an event or detail that did not actually occur. So the Berenstain versus Berenstein, the most famous example of the Mandela effect, is the misspelling of the name of the authors of the Berenstain Bears. Many people incorrectly recall it as Berenstain while the correct name, or Berenstein while the correct name is Berenstain.
Well, the Mandela effect came from Nelson Mandela, who they thought died in like the 90s, and then he actually ended up dying in like the 2000s at some point. But people were, like misremembered collectively him dying.
It says there are various theories about why this misspelling is so widespread, including misprints in books, merchandise, or television guides, which is what you've probably seen, or simply a misinterpretation of the name. So I genuinely think like people just didn't spell it right. And it just messed up because it seems you would want it to be. It's like when you see a word. You ever have a word where you just want it to be spelled a certain way? You think it should be spelled a certain way?
Mm-hmm.
And it just don't seem right that it's spelled the other way? Yeah. I think that makes sense.
So, this is just total sidetrack, but essentially, Nelson Mandela died in the early 80s or late 80s. And he actually died shortly before 2013. So, this is where the Mandela effect came from. Apparently, multiple people remember learning about in history that Nelson Mandela had died. But he did not die. He lived until, like, the 2000s. So, it's just very interesting
It is
info.
interesting.
But we should do an episode on the Mandela effect here soon.
Yes, we should.
But anyways, sorry, back to the point so we can get to our questions eventually. We are working our way down. So, key functions and influences of the sacral chakra. You have emotional intelligence, so you process your feelings. You experience empathy here. People who do not have empathy, maybe you have issues with this sacral chakra in your body. You'll also have issues letting yourself become vulnerable. This chakra is responsible for your creativity and inspiration. It fuels your artistic expression, your imagination, and problem solving. This also governs the healthy enjoyment of intimacy, taste, touch, pleasure. You'll also have this chakra dealing with relationships that affect your boundaries. This will allow you to trust and have good friendships in your life, and also have a very genuine emotional exchange in any partnership and or relationship. And this chakra is responsible for your ability to adapt. It helps you to navigate change, and it helps you to feel grounded in times of uncertainty during the flow of life. Some physical connections. The sacral chakra is tied to your fertility, your menstrual cycles, and your sexual vitality. It's also responsible for your detoxification and fluid balance in your urinary tract and your kidney function. And it also is established in your lower back and hips, and this stores repressed emotions. So if you have very tight hips, you deal with emotional holding. So that means you're holding things in that you're maybe not letting out in a safe and healthy way.
Tight hips.
Yeah. So like your hips always pop in.
My hip always pops, but I think it's because I'm double jointed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like my fingers do that.
Oh, yeah.
So like when I move, like when I'll like move my leg up and down in the morning, sometimes I just go. Like it's not. It's just like.
But I mean, I guess you would know if you have loose hips or you don't.
And I also have fucked up hips. Like I truly believe that when I broke my ankle, it stunted my growth in one of my legs, and that one of my legs are longer than the other because like when I walk, like I can tell that I kind of like am going like this and and if I were to like try to like let one of my legs completely like one's completely straight and one's kind of bent at all times, and if I were to completely straighten them both, one of my feet kind of are up higher, if that makes sense. So like I know that like
I never knew that about you.
I just have like, I mean, I wasn't ever told by a doctor, but I can self-diagnose myself. And I just have hip problems and stuff all freaking ready. Like, as a young person, like, that's the one thing I feel like I'm going to have issues with when I'm older is my hip and my back, my lower back. I really do. I'm not excited. Because I already feel pain now. That's why I try to do stretching a lot. It's so imperative.
I feel like I'm going to have issues with arthritis in my joints.
Same, who knows?
Because I just feel like I'm nonstop moving. I feel like I don't have times of rest very often.
And then playing certain sports where you did certain stretches just fuck you up.
I've been a gym goer for the last 6 years now, very consistently. There was only a 3-month period in this total of 6 years now where I did not go to the gym, and that was because I was super pregnant and I had hand surgery for carpal tunnel stuff. So I love the gym and I love lifting weights and doing yoga. So I feel like I never go through times where I'm not doing any hip openers because lifting weights and doing yoga are major hip openers.
Mm-hmm.
And I do these hip openers almost every time I work out because I want to work out and feel loose, and there are times where I come in and I feel stiff. And doing these hip openers specifically help me to just relax. I just have like my calming music on. Sometimes I'll literally just have, while I'm doing my yoga before my workout, I'll just have Tibetan singing bowls on or solfego frequencies. It's something you can literally just YouTube or use on Spotify. I prefer Spotify because I don't like ads. So I will turn on those frequencies to help my body and mind calm before I go and lift weights.
Yeah, I listen to YouTube because I don't like to pay for anything. I'm so far. I've had YouTube for so long. I've acquired over 1,000 or so more liked videos of music to listen to.
What do you mean? What?
Like I like videos on YouTube, and then I just go to my playlist and I just listen to those.
See, I have not been on YouTube very
I've always
much.
done that,
dude.
Since I can remember.
I have been on a Lady Gaga kick lately. I feel like I listen to her like almost all day.
It really trips me out to know that a lot of her songs are like magical. Like I've heard that they're like spells and shit, and we're like singing them and shit. And
I'm obsessed with her music right now.
a lot of songs, they pay people's music to have stuff in it. Even EDM, I heard some stuff about EDM.
Whoa.
About how like they hire certain people to put like certain like beats in there, because like you know how they say certain like sounds and like, because like what is it, the frequencies can do things to people like more than people realize, and like they'll do certain frequencies and different waves and stuff. It's just weird to think that, and some artists will like they'll get paid to put that in their music and stuff.
I believe it.
And that's why, like big popular people, like, people keep going back to, there's a reason. Like, I don't know if it's, like, how true it is, but I could see, like, the frequencies affecting people's brains, and, like, the guy was explaining it.
No, I know 100% that Lady Gaga is in doing some definitely magic work. And this is known through literally just watching her Coachella. You cannot watch her Coachella performance and not think that it's not tied to anything at all.
And it's like you're there, it's experiencing that, you don't really know what's going on.
You're
but
part of the ritual.
But it could affect you in ways you don't realize. And it's just like, it's like you don't know what's happening, but something is happening. And it's just weird.
So,
It's like mind control or something.
but I'm upset, like Abracadabra.
I love that song. It's a good song.
Garden of Eden. I've been listening.
All of those just don't sound the names of them even.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
How Bad Do You Want Me? Oh my god, their whole album is so good. Or Kyla. I love her new album. I can't stop listening to it, and I really feel like I am entranced with it because I'm walking around work and I'm like literally like strutting
And
to
you're,
the music.
are you singing it?
I do sing it.
You're chanting it back.
I know, because I watched this one TikTok that was like, hold me in your heart tonight in the magic of the dark moonlight. Save me from this empty fight in the game of life. Like, what are you actually singing? And I'm like,
Becca,
I love the music.
you're in the Mandela effect. I'm just kidding.
Like, oh, I'm obsessed with Lady Gaga right now, okay? But
Anybody to be
the High Priestess.
No.
I'm just messing.
I
But
don't want anybody to
I'm
be
just
it.
messing. That is literally not true.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
And thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, come again.
From I can't remember the movie. He's going through the drive-through, and he's just like, and then Ashton Kutcher. I can't remember what they were
Dude,
doing.
where's my car?
Yes. I have the worst memory ever,
I
dude.
didn't have to really watch that movie, and I knew who you were talking, because that's like the only idiot show he was in, other than like fucking 70s show. Like,
Dude, I can't. I have the worst memory ever. It's so
honestly,
bad.
I watched the movie like once, and I've not watched it in like over 20 years. So when I finally back to it, I'm like, what, dude? Where's my car? It's because I'm a movie buff.
Kyla's fluent in movies. Meanwhile, I can watch a movie and literally not remember what happened the next day.
Well, I also don't really remember what happened in the movie, but when you said that scene and you told me who it was, I automatically registered to that movie.
You're so smart.
I don't remember the movie at all. So I forget movies too. I could watch a movie and forget all the scenes. Besides like Jurassic Park and stuff like that.
It's in your brain archive.
Jurassic Park's in my brain archive, and also Avatar.
She's got like a filing cabinet in her brain that she's
They just announced the new Jurassic Park. Oh my god, I'm gonna go see it in theaters. If it's at the drive-in, I'm gonna go see it at the drive-in. Do you want to?
Yes!
We'll go 2 hours early, and we'll like just like get a really good spot, and we'll just eat, and like we'll walk around in the back of the woods and drink a little bit.
Yes!
Well, because if we get there early, we'll get a good spot to where we can actually sit outside, and instead of sitting in our cars, we can get chairs out and sit outside.
Yes, I want to do this with you. I've not seen a drive-in movie since.
It's like my favorite. My mom used to take me there as a child. I have very vivid memories of the drive-in. Those are good memories I have of the drive-in. That could have been something I said that last time when we were asking questions. Like, we used to go to the drive-in, we'd get there hours early, and there's like a playground over in the corner, and I'd go play in the playground while my mom's like doing whatever she would do, and I'd have all kinds of kids I'd play with, and
I can't wait to do that with Walter. That's gonna be so special.
I hope it's the same. But you know, I feel like back in the day, it was just so nostalgic. Like, it's just so technology like now, so it definitely makes things different.
Yeah, because kids want to like play on their tablets and shit.
My uncle used to own a haunted house in the back of the drive-in Starlight. There was this haunted house, so it's like you drive in Starlight, and like, have you been to Starlight?
Mm-mm.
So it's like this big parking lot, and in the middle is like the concession stand, and to the left, the far left, is the playground, And like when you on the far right was when you first come in, all the way straight back in the far right corner, that was where the haunted house was. And my uncle owned it. And when I was a little kid, I used to go there all the time. I was always so scared. One time I tried going through the haunted house. I got fucking so scared they had to take me out halfway through an exit door.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like I remember they'd be up in trees scaring people, like, and they'd have this going on during the drive-in, like during the movie theater. Like people would be watching movies. You could go to the haunted house. They shut it down at some point, but
damn, that's
you know,
fun.
you'd never know that was there. Like, and I'll always remember that.
That's so special. I never got to do anything like that when I was a kid, so...
That was really cool to go to the drive-in. I don't know how many times I did, but I went enough to remember it.
And, like, you probably, like, had, like, friends who you saw there often. And...
I don't... I was really young, but I think it was just random kids. But when you're a kid, you're just friends with anybody.
Yep.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you just become friends with that kid right on the playground as soon as you meet them.
Yeah.
They're your best friend right there that day. And you probably don't remember them the next day, but they were your best friend that day. But I don't remember any friends. I just remember going there. And the haunted house. Getting there early. It was still daylight, because movies start at night. We would get there early enough where I'd have a couple hours where it was daylight.
That's special.
So, yeah. I remember stuff.
It's like buried in the archives of your brain. This comes out. Like, I bet you never think about this place.
No, I mean, I think about it, like, when I go there. That's why I like to go there, because it kind of, like, you know, it's just my childhood. Well, if they were to ever close it down, I'd fucking faint.
I'm gonna be going to my childhood home. I'm going next weekend. So...
Where?
Surrey.
Oh, yeah. You're going next week? Oh, yeah, we're going on the same time.
Yeah.
You're leaving, like, what, Monday?
No, I'm leaving on Saturday.
Next Saturday?
This coming Saturday. Yes.
So you're leaving in the middle of my trip.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be going to St. Louis, and I'm going to be visiting some special places from my childhood. So I really feel like this trip is going to emotionally inspire me, and I'm going to probably do a lot of crying, which is fine. But I'm going to go to places that meant a lot to me during my childhood, and I really can't wait to do this because it's been many years since I've been back there, at least 4 or 5. So I feel like
I'm
it's going to
excited for
be
you.
a special time for me to just connect with my childhood self.
I'm excited for you.
I'm going to be doing so much
That's kind of
journaling.
cool to, like, I know it sucks as a child to move around because you want to just have a solitary home, but it's cool to go back and have so many places to revisit memories, I guess, and to be able to go back because, honey, all I got is this area for memories, so I gotta make more memories going out that way. In this way. Because
I will never know that because I've always just moved around. So
in a sense, that makes you who you are.
I saw a bug.
Don't say that.
I don't know where
Also,
it went.
the drive-in is open, and they're for film. They play 2 movies. Film 1 is the Minecraft, and then film 2 is that Drop movie. And
I want to see the Minecraft.
I want to see the Drop movie. Have you seen the trailer for that? So the girl's on a date with a guy, and the guy's like, "I'm watching your kid," like sending videos and texting her like, "Don't let your date know that I'm doing this." And
It's in the movie.
he's telling her to kill her date. But this guy's like, if you don't, I'm going to take your children. It's like a scary... It says, a widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during her upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. Taking videos like, I'm watching you, I know where you're at, like, I know where your kid's at, and then there's a video of him in her house, and she starts, like, panicking, and he's like, you have to kill your date, or your kid's getting taken, or just stuff like that. Imagine just... It's like, I saw the trailer... It looked good. Like, it looked good.
I would be down to see it, although I'm a child and I really want to see it.
Well, we would see both.
Yeah.
We go early to see the Minecraft, and then it goes and turns a dark turn to the scary movie.
I would love to, because, dude, I am obsessed right now with the TikTok thing of the chicken jockey freak out in the theater. When people are like, chicken jockey, and then people start...
I think it's so weird everyone are obsessed with Minecraft.
I don't even like Minecraft.
I think it just reminds me of what my nieces of just, who knows what kind of weirdos are on there. You know what I mean?
I don't even play Minecraft.
I know. I'm just saying, when I think of Minecraft, that's what I think of. I don't think of, like, it can be funny and stuff, but it's just weird that they made it into a movie. Just don't sit right with it.
It's weird, but it's fucking hilarious when Jack Black was just like, chicken jockey, and then everybody in the theater starts throwing popcorn, fucking putting off fireworks, bringing a real chicken into the theater. You didn't see any of this?
I think I did, yeah. I'm like trying to, I have this visual of the chicken.
It's in my hundreds of shares on TikTok.
Yeah, I seen it. All the guys like freaking out. Someone said something about them Gen Z or something.
Honestly,
Is that gonna be?
I'm literally a child, and everybody at my work has been saying, if that would happen to me in theaters, I'd be pissed. And I'm just thinking, like, if I was in theaters and people started freaking out, cheering, throwing popcorn and their drinks and real
I'd be
chickens,
fucking crying laughing.
I would. I'm living this. Like,
I would be like this. I'd be recording just like when I was in New York, and I was literally like, swear to God, I swear I manifest stuff all the time, and I was talking about like, I was literally reading about New York, and like, just, it said, sometimes you'll encounter street performers, and I look up, and these guys, I swear to God, these guys put down a beatbox, like a boombox, and start playing a clip, and they start doing these dances on the poles, and I'm sitting here like, as I'm reading it, it's happening. Like, I read it into existence.
fucking manifested. That's awesome.
Like, you know, just, I mean, I know it's like happens, but it was like one of my first trips on the subway. There was just like, and then they went to I'm like, I bet you they're gonna go to the next subway and do it for the other group of people. And they did.
My God. Yeah, I love that.
Our subway wasn't pumping like the other one because everybody was just lame.
I know.
They left because nobody was fucking doing anything for them.
Damn.
I was recording them, so I didn't want them to know I was recording them.
I loved subways, but people who probably live the subway life probably have probably hate it. I'm just going to guess. my brother, when he lived in Virginia, he hated the subway. But people who had lived there their whole life, they were like,
I think it's nice, honestly, because it's so cheap of transport. You don't need a car, and
I honestly think it's like futuristic. I think it's cool.
well, it's like all of these places, like Cincinnati, like I said previously, I think once in the previous episodes I said that Cincinnati used to have built one, and then they stopped doing it. So it would have been cool if they would have done it everywhere, honestly.
I know a few people that actually have gone down to the subway. Wish I could. God damn. But before we get into the case studies, we do have just a few more things. So, sacral chakra imbalances. If in the emotional, oh my God. This is the overactive sacral chakra. You're going to have mood swings, addictive behaviors to sex, alcohol, and or drama, or all three. Codependency. You'll do also in the physical with chronic UTIs, ovarian cysts, issues of the prostate, and adrenal fatigue. I deal with a little adrenal fatigue. Not so much of the other stuff though. The mood swings maybe once a month, I'll admit.
Like, I'm just an emotional person no matter what.
You're fiery.
I feel like I can't, it's like hard to kind of like compare. It's like, am I like this because I'm just like this, or am I like this because I have an imbalance? Because sometimes I'm just a lot because I'm a lot.
Hey, I mean, at least you can recognize what it is.
You know, I gotta release.
Well, let's talk about what the underactive sacral chakra is. So this is a deficiency. So if you have an underactive sacral chakra, you're going to be dealing with, in the emotional, you're going to be dealing with creative blocks, low libido, fear of pleasure, and emotional numbness. What are you laughing at?
No.
Does it resonate a little?
No, I just think it's funny. Fear of pleasure. What
Fear.
the fuck? I'm scared to be pleasured. Like, what the fuck?
Some people do. I mean, some people don't have the want to be sexual at all.
Well, that's not scared. That's not being fearful of it, though, I would say.
It is kind of, because you fear somebody even wanting to have any physical contact with you. What if you want to go on a date and the other person has this kind of like pushy, like, I kind of want to have sex tonight, and you're just like, no, like, that's like the least thing that I want. But you have to deal with that emotional anxiety of people who feel like, oh, well, if I'm going to date you, then I'm going to get something in return. I know somebody who is asexual. Like, actually scared, like, can't find people to go out on dates with because people have the want to be sexual. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know it is. I mean, that's why it's just crazy to me.
I have really never had this problem. I've always been a very sexual person, and I'm also not afraid to talk about it. I just like, it's just who I am as a person. It's who I will always be.
She's crazy. She's crazy, bitch. She's a crazy bitch. Best kind of crazy.
Well, when it comes to an underactive sacral chakra in the physical, you will have issues of dry skin, irregular periods, low energy, and reproductive disorders. And in the mental, you'll have rigidity, fear of change, lack of inspiration, and feeling guilty around people or just joyful situations. People around you are happy, and you feel guilty that you're feeling a little happy. That is part of the underactive. Root causes of an imbalanced sacral chakra. In your childhood, you may have been around people who were very emotional or not very emotional. You can maybe be around people who repressed any sort of creativity. Or maybe you were in a family that gave you trauma due to very strict upbringings or even parents who didn't really care what you did. And then you just kind of did whatever you wanted, and maybe you did things that you were like, that. Like two opposite sides of the spectrum. There's kids who are like, I wish my parents would have parented me more. And then other side, people who were like parented to the fucking, cross your T's, dot your I's. You're just like,
it's like there's no perfect in between.
You're just like, God damn, I wish you were just a little less on the rules and a little more on the let's have fun. Like,
yeah, I always wish my mom gave us more rules and stuff.
I feel like I might be the perfect balance.
More like enough. I guess more so like, why didn't you give us chores and stuff to do? And she just didn't care, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, make us do something. I'm confused.
See, me and Kyla, best friends, literally opposite sides of the fence. Like, I came from super strict upbringing, like, and then she came from very chill, lax upbringing. But the only thing that we can relate to in our childhood is that we were both poor.
Yeah. Dude, I ate peas in a freaking bowl. It was so good with butter.
Same.
Favorite.
I used to do that same shit with peas.
You're like saying corn is, but like my mom got from the church for sure. She still does.
See, we got from the church too. And we were,
we still had food. Like, it's not like I was starving.
No, and same.
I always had food on my plate.
I want to reiterate that too. I was not at the point where we had no food.
We always had food. I was always eating. I never was hungry. We just didn't live in the best places, and my mom didn't really have money, so that's about it.
Yeah, we had to fucking budget our food.
My grandma was the one who took us on vacation.
Oh my god. See, we didn't go on vacation until I was 16 or 17.
We went a few times, but I think it's with those, like, Plan with Tan, and she just had these weird, like, shares, and just certain things, like, where you have to go to the lecture, and then you go listen to this 2-hour, like, thing, and you could get a whole free trip.
Wow.
You just have to, like, say no to them trying to sell you stuff the whole time and just have, like, no. But if you can sit there and listen to this, like, 2-hour thing, like, a lot of times you get, like, a whole free trip. So, like, my grandma did a lot of that stuff, I think.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So it's not like they were, like, paying for these. Like, we went to Hilton Head one time, Orlando.
We did that same thing in Las Vegas, and we got a free trip to Las Vegas, which we ended up using again, but you had to use it within a year, and we could only choose from, like, a certain list of, like, hotels in that area. But we did do that, and the next year, that's why we ended up going back to the Grand Canyon, because we ended up going back to Vegas the next year with my dogs, by the way. We couldn't afford to put them in the kennel, so we fucking brought them to the Grand Canyon.
I would take Oliver. That'd be so cool. I wish he could go on a plane.
Yeah, we drove the whole thing, and we went to this one hotel.
Driving out that way. That's a whole trip.
We snuck the dogs into that hotel that we paid for, and we didn't get caught.
Why did I not see the dog hair?
Our dogs don't really shed.
Well, I would have had to bring a vacuum.
Well,
Because I'll tell you what, Oliver sheds.
we never got called, and we brought the dogs in. We also did have some trouble on the way there, which that's just whatever. But there were like hotels that said that they were pet friendly, and then we would arrive, and then they were like, "Oh, we're not pet friendly." I'm like, "It says pet friendly online." Like, what the fuck? They're like, "Oh, we meant to change that policy years ago." I'm like, "What the? What the?"
It's annoying.
It is stupid, but yeah, that happened a few times on the trip on Route 66 because people don't update their fucking websites for 15 years.
Because they're old.
God
Route 66 is in another matrix.
It really is. I've been on Route 66 3 times now and went through the Colorado way. So we would get on Route 66 when we would go up to Colorado and then we would follow it. But.
The way you just rolled your finger was funny.
Sorry. Anyways, other root causes of imbalances in adulthood. If you maintain toxic relationships, if you experience sexual repression in yourself, or if you deal with chronic stress, this can cause an imbalance in your sacral chakra. Other lifestyle habits may be being sedentary all the time, so not going anywhere or doing anything, not leaving your house at all, and you only get your groceries delivered. Maybe you're being a little too sedentary. I could never. I need to get out the house. Mama needs to get out the house. Real. And also if you are majorly dehydrated, and this could also be if you're like drinking too much soda or pop. Soda pop. If you're not drinking enough water, all you drink is fucking sun-kissed orange pops all day long, no water.
Ew. That's all I drink is water and coffee.
Same. Never. I do get a sugar-free Red Bull at times, but I have not been getting as much as I've used to get.
I do dabble in the alcohol a little bit.
Dabble. Isn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit of a whiffle, isn't it?
I dabble a little bit in it. In the whole lot.
Well, when you want to balance your sacral chakra, there's different movements you can do to help with that. You can do the hip openers, you can do fluid movements such as cat to cow, dancing goddess pose. You can also do regular just dancing or tai chi. This helps release your emotions through motion. Interesting concept. You could also go get a massage or acupuncture for your sacral chakra. There's diet and nutrition, so you can eat more oranges, mangoes, melons, or drink coconut water. Eating more salmon, flaxseed, and walnuts, which walnuts actually all of those things help support brain function.
I just ate salmon the other day.
I've been wanting salmon, but I haven't found good wild caught.
I like to get the smoked salmon.
I try not to get salmon that is farm raised, and I try not to get salmon that is color added. So it's really hard to find wild
They don't
caught.
add colors. They don't need to.
They do in Kroger.
Oh, well, I go to Aldi and get mine.
See, I've looked at Aldi and they only had farm raised. I couldn't find wild caught, but maybe at your Aldi, because you go to the Eastgate one, I go to the one up here.
Yeah, another person always says that there's not as much at there as there is where I'm at, so you never know.
Yeah, I try not to get farm raised because I've watched so many videos about farm raised salmon, and it's just, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But if you also want to keep your sacral chakra maybe a little more balanced, maybe you should avoid excess caffeine, alcohol, and processed sugars, which disrupts your fluid balance.
Cough.
Yeah, I tried a new coffee I have never tried yesterday. A cold brew from Dunkin'. I got a small. Oh my god, dude. It fucked my stomach up so bad.
Was it nasty?
It was not good, and I had to pee so bad, like every 30 fucking minutes for hours. Huh?
Yes.
After all the peeing, yes. It was a whole thing. I was like, I never again.
Get a regular iced coffee from Dunkin', not a latte, dude. It'll give you the poops.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, what they got in there, but
They got something. And if you want to balance also with stones, you can get carnelian, which is for vitality, orange calcite, which helps emotional healing, and moonstones help increase your intuition. You can wear them as jewelry, place them on your lower abdomen, or meditate with them. And meditate with them means you can hold them, you can place them in front of you on a windowsill.
oh, you already had that aromatherapy. The
Aromatherapy.
lang.
Oh, yes. So, essential oils, you have the lang lang.
That's what I was saying earlier, remember?
Yeah, yang lang.
The lang.
Sandalwood and sweet orange. Add orange decorations to your house. You can even paint it yourself. Here are some daily affirmations. You can say every day, I embrace pleasure without guilt. My creativity flows effortlessly. You can chant VAM, or you can listen to binaural beats at 417 hertz, which is the sacral chakra frequency. You could do advanced practices such as journaling for deeper healing. So here are some journaling prompts that I am most definitely going to use this weekend. I'm going to leave a little pause after if you would like to write them down yourself. Here they are. When did I last feel truly creative? I'm going to say it again. When did I last feel truly creative? And journaling that prompt may help you to maybe get to the root of the issue of why you're not feeling creative. Here's the other question. What emotions am I holding back? One more time. What emotions am I holding back? You can also do visualization work. So imagine an orange lotus spinning in your sacral chakra and imagine that it is glowing brighter with every breath that you take. Doing visualization techniques are actually proven by the CIA to work and heal you. There's actually a certain number sequence, which we could totally talk about this in another episode, but there's CIA documents that say that if you repeat these certain numbers while imagining the spot of your body that's dealing with a lot of pain, you can actually stifle the pain in that area by just this number sequence.
Well, because they say that the pain is always in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real. So I can understand if you can control your mind, then you can control the pain.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that.
There are also ways to do shadow work, so you can explore repressed desires or childhood shame with a therapist, a spiritual practitioner, or if you don't have money for that, you can talk to your friend and say, hey, I have stuff that I really want to talk about, and I don't want to go to a therapist, so I want to talk to you about it. Can you be my therapist? Just a thought. When it comes to scientific and cultural perspectives, this correlates with the sacral chakra, correlates with the dantian, which is the energy center of the qigong. In psychology, it's linked to the libido concept. In Carl Jung's work, it's related to shadow work of the subconscious. And in neuroscience, the sacral chakra's area is actually near the part of the body where the emotional brain is located. So it's the birthplace of your limbic system. Now let's talk about sacral chakra case studies. So our first case study is Sarah, a 32-year-old painter, struggled with creative blocks for months. She felt like she could never paint like she used to. At one time she was getting so many gigs painting at music festivals. Now all of a sudden she's not getting calls back as much as she used to. She starts getting emotionally detached and uninterested in activities that she once loved because she felt like she wasn't performing well in her arts. So then she began watching a lot of TV every time she had any free time, and she was struggling with feeling inadequate. After months of dealing with this, she decides to go to a spiritual practitioner. The spiritual practitioner helped her to see that she was dealing with lack of inspiration, she was dealing with fear of judgment from people who viewed her work, and she was also struggling with low energy and dealing with not having a lot of happiness in her life. The spiritual practitioner advised doing journaling prompts once a day to help reconnect with her emotions. She also recommended doing orange crystal therapy, so placing a carnelian stone on her lower abdomen while laying out in the sun. She advised to do creative visualization meditations, so imagining a river flowing, and also doing some movement therapy, so turning on some music and dancing, and afterwards doing some yoga hip opening exercises. After about 1 month, Sarah reported feeling renewed, feeling inspired again, and feeling like she was experiencing some emotional release through painting again. So that's just one case study of somebody who was dealing with low creativity. And if you feel like your creativity is stifled, maybe you could do some of the things that Sarah did in order to help heal that imbalance in your body. Case study 2 is Mark, which, before we get into this, trigger warning, it does deal with sexual trauma. So if you want to skip past this, maybe skip the next 90 seconds. So Mark is a 28-year-old man who experienced much shame and intimacy due to past trauma. Mark was raised in a Catholic environment with 3 older brothers. There were things that happened in his childhood that he felt like he was not able to talk about for most of his life. He felt very scared to tell about his personal experiences within the Catholic Church, where his parents forced him to go for most of his life. And due to the amount of pain that he feels from those past memories that he has tried to bury for many years, he feels incapable of developing feelings of love for anyone, even a pet, because he was struggling with holding back things that happened that he didn't want to talk about.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah, so when he went to a spiritual practitioner, they were able to see that he was dealing with avoidance in relationships. He had a lot of body tension, especially in the hips and the lower back. He was dealing with a lot of repressed anger, which was holding him back from having any type of relationship. And the healing approach was writing down on his bathroom mirror, where he would see every day, "I honor my emotions and desires." Every morning he would do hip opening poses, such as the pigeon pose was something that he favored. He actually was besides the spiritual practitioner, he was actually beginning professional therapy to help release these emotions. And once a week, he was actually doing sacral chakra sound baths by using Tibetan singing bowls over that part of his body. And over many months, this did not happen overnight. This was like 3 or 4 months of very deep emotional and psychological work. Mark developed a much healthier emotional expression, and he actually regained the ability to feel comfortable with trying to have intimate relationships again. So, very deep there, but maybe that resonates with some of you. And maybe in order for you to heal, you should do some of the things that Mark did in order to heal yourself if you are having issues feeling intimate with people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, at least he was really trying to make a difference, though.
Then we have the third case study, which after this case study, I'm going to give some other ways that you can maybe do step-by-step healing on your own before we get into the questions. So, case study 3 is Alyssa, age 40, used alcohol to numb loneliness. Alyssa was an only child, and she always struggled with feeling very alone in her household. After years of trying to date, she had never been in a relationship for more than 6 years. She did want children, but felt like it was never the right time. After her last relationship, she starts to feel very stifled and perpetually depressed, almost as if she's battling her decisions from relationships past. She turns to alcohol for 5 or 6 years to help deal with her feelings of being chronically alone. After all of this time, she decides maybe it's time for her to seek professional help and counseling. The counselor noted that she was exhibiting compulsive behaviors, fear of abandonment, and low self-worth. The counselor advised that maybe she should observe cravings. So, replacing certain cravings with other ways of either acting or just replacing the craving. So, with people who smoke, this is not a good replacement, but I know that this is something that people have done. So, to stop smoking cigarettes, some people have gotten a Twizzler and they just kind of hold it and they bite it and they kind of act like that's a cigarette, and it's like kind of like a mind trick. Like putting your hand to your mouth to smoke is actually it can be a coping mechanism. It can be in many different things. And I can't remember exactly the word for it right now, but putting your hand to your mouth can be like a self-soothing type thing. So putting that Twizzler to your mouth and just chewing on it kind of gives that brain that
My
like I'm
friend
doing that.
has a necklace and it's like this little tiny like metal piece and it's just open tube and she just hits it like because she's trying to stop vaping. And it's supposed to give you the hand to mouth therapy.
Yep.
So yeah.
Then we have Sacral Chakra Mudra meditations. So this is a meditation on self-acceptance. And then you also have aromatherapy. So this is what Alyssa was doing. By the way, we're still in her healing approach. So she was doing mudra meditations on how to accept herself for who she truly is. Then she was also doing aromatherapy. So around her house, she was placing sweet orange and sandalwood to help her emotional balance. Then she was also doing boundary setting exercises. So, boundary setting exercises can be things like I'm not going to buy alcohol and let it into my house. That's setting a boundary for yourself. And after after many months of doing this, again, not an overnight fix. After 3 months of work, constant work, Alyssa finally knew that she did not need alcohol to deal with her loneliness. She needed to deal with her loneliness in healthier ways. But she started going out more. She started spending more time outside, walking her dogs,
Doing things that someone should do, it just makes you feel happier.
Getting some time out in the sun.
Yeah. It changes your mindset for sure.
So, if you would like to heal your sacral chakra, if you feel like some things have resonated here with maybe dealing with creative blocks, emotional repression, intimacy issues, and or addictions, here's a simple holistic healing plan. You can do physical exercises such as yoga that is hip opening. You can do belly dancing, tai chi. You can try to drink more water and eat orange foods, such as oranges, carrots, and sweet potatoes. You can do journaling, affirmations, sound and crystal therapy, and by sound you can listen to 417 hertz. This helps remove emotional blockages. And seriously, the best time to listen to these frequencies is in your car. My opinion here. Because you're in your car, you can have the music turned all the way up. Sometimes you're in traffic and you're really just itching to get out of your car. If you put on some of these frequencies, you can actually have moments of almost like a hypnotism Cause I have it turned up real loud, so that frequency is like my whole body is like getting like hit with it.
It's cool though. Yeah, so the frequencies are crazy what they do to us. So,
And
good or bad.
mm-hmm. There's definitely a such thing as bad and good frequencies,
Oh,
but you can
yeah.
surround yourself with good frequencies. And you can also do things that are creatively expressive. So, art, dancing, or being intimate. Or you can explore new hobbies without having anything like self judgment. So, just doing things just because you enjoy it. And here are just some other quick tips. You can. Wait, I already said all this stuff. Alright, never mind. So, that is really all we have on the sacral chakra. And we want to get into the questions that's associated with healing this chakra. So, in the last episode, if you were not here for that, me and Kyla were asking some very personal questions that are designed to open up your sacral chakra, or root chakra was what we did for the last one. So, with every question, we will be leaving a 5-second pause so you can pause it and maybe either write down your answer or just answer in your head. Or if you're around people, you can definitely consider answering out loud and make everyone around you feel like you're crazy. Just kidding, do whatever you want to do. We are going to be answering in real time what our true answers are. So these questions are designed to help you, and I hope this helps all of us at the same time to alleviate the imbalances that we feel within our energy centers. So without further ado, we are about to get into it. So for our first question, we have, what were you doing most recently where you felt truly connected to your passions?
I feel like it's really easy. And it's when I was in Hawaii. Just more specifically because my passions are to experience culture. Huh?
Do you want to hold it, or
Yes.
you like holding it?
Right now, yeah, just the way I'm sitting and stuff.
Okay.
To like experience culture, one, to experience nature in another area that's completely different. So it's just all of these passions and all in one, and it just kept giving, and I had so much time to enjoy it. Like, when I go on my cruises, you have one day to enjoy each like place you go to. I had like multiple days, and I really got to just really delve in, and I just really felt like I was where I was meant to be in that moment. I really did. I couldn't get over it. I kept talking about it. So, yeah, I'm tearing up.
Oh.
I'm such a puss.
Okay, so my answer to this question would be, when did I last feel truly connected to my passions? I feel like that was when I was in Washington last October.
Okay.
It's a long time ago.
Like this last couple months ago?
I mean, I guess it feels like more than just a
2024?
couple months ago. Yeah,
That wasn't that long ago.
feels like it's that long ago. I was like journaling so much, and I always feel like so creative, which I am super creative again, but in a different way. I feel how I felt when I was going to school in college, and I was so creatively inspired. I was super into photography, I was super into writing and poetry, and now I am into podcasting, yoga, and that type of thing. So I know that as you get older, your desires can and may change, and that has most definitely been the case with me. So maybe I'm just not recognizing it. I am very creative now, just in a different way.
Yeah, you're just going with the ebb and flow of life.
Yeah.
You're going, maybe you'll come back to that eventually. You'll feel it. You don't want to force it.
Yeah. Like, I have a novel I've been sitting on for the longest time, a handwritten novel, and I kind of guilt trip myself at times, like, why are you not finishing this and putting your work out? But I feel like maybe I do kind of have a lot of like fear associated with this novel failing, as my first book
But I
really
think
failed.
failure leads to success.
Yes. And I do feel more mature at this point in my
You
life.
gotta just keep putting them out. Book after book. Keep plopping them bitches out.
Yeah. Because that's what people want. And it's like that fear of having to appeal to a large group of people and then maybe having to face rejection at some point is kind of something that I...
It's okay to have rejection. I feel like no matter, and to be successful, you have to be rejected. Like literally, I feel like I always hear that. Like with any successful person, you have to deal with a lot of failures and all that.
One of my dreams is to create a series of books that become either a Netflix series or like a series on Hulu. Getting a deal like that is something that I have always wanted. I'm not kidding. I've wanted that since I was a child. That's been one of my lifelong dreams, is to create a series that becomes inspired to be a movie or a, a TV show. I would want to be the inspiration behind it.
I've always, not that this has been like a super like a dream of mine, but it's something that I feel like I'd be really good at because it's something I do often, and it's do the accents. So like being like a voiceover character, like someone that does like cartoon voices and stuff. Like not that like it's my passion or my dream, but I bet you would be really, I could just put myself to good use. Like I feel like I'd have real fun with it. It would just be easy to me. Like I just always have these weird voices that I can just do. I mean, and I've learned over time that not a lot of people can do it. Like I can do it.
Yeah, you
Like-
are really good with
Like, if
accents.
I hear something, I do it very well. Very, very well. And it could be anything. So, yeah.
I really don't do accents that often, but I do certain ones very often. So I like to say "oh no" in a British accent. Oh no!
You know, I don't really hear British when you do that.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
I don't even know how British would say it.
No!
That's Australian.
Oh no!
That's Australian. Hey mate, I know Australian versus my English.
She's so good at this shit. You could be a good voice
I
actor.
also follow a lot of Australian people and English slash British people.
You can literally do both. That's crazy. I listen to a lot of Australian content. Australian content.
Well, I have this girl. Her name's Karina Irby. I don't know. Shout out to her because I've been following her since she was like just started. She owns a bikini line and she lives in Australia.
Oh,
It's called
nice.
Moana Bikini.
Oh my god.
And I actually have always wanted to buy one of them, but they're just a little expensive. But she's such a woman, like for women, about women. Like she has like all these like photo shoots and body empowerment, and I've just followed her for years, and I always just love hearing her talk, and she's just like really high energetic, like me and you are.
Oh,
So she's just like very open, and then I also follow a lot of people from Love Island, and they always talk about, you out there lovely.
Yeah.
Like fucking. So I follow a lot of people from Love Island, and just yeah. So we got in Russian, also Russian people. I'm very good at Russian. Really good at Russian, actually. I actually learned that from Shameless. Svetlana.
Oh
She
my
is
god.
my main person to have made me so good at Russian, I would say, back then.
That is crazy.
I used to talk like it a lot. I actually don't do as much accents, but if I do, I will continue to do it. Yeah.
You and my friend Mackenzie, the one who was pregnant at my wedding.
Yeah.
She does accents like you, but just so unwarranted. You just have no idea it's coming. It's so fucking
I love
funny.
that.
We'll just be in the middle of talking, and then she'll be like, she'll like start like talking in a British accent. I'm like,
I want to governor. You don't even know what the fucking telling while I do.
She's like, these bloody kids.
Bloody hell, they came from the ringer. And then also you got to think of Harry Potter. I watch a lot of Harry Potter.
Oh my
Harry
god.
Potter. The one who shall not be named. Oh my god, I sounded like him. Oh my god. Did you hear it? Did you hear the wheezing in my voice?
You're like,
Did you hear the wheezing in my voice?
oh my
You can
god.
delete that one. Did you hear it?
Do you want to do the next one?
Oh yeah, it is my turn.
Yes.
What do you consider to be your secrets to success? And that could be success in anything, really. Accomplishing goals, success in, goals.
Say it one more time.
Okay, we'll do a different one.
No, I want to do that one. I just need to hear it one more time.
Because I don't even know what I would say. What do you consider to be your secrets to success?
I would say having a clean environment contributes to my success, which doesn't always happen.
Because if you're not chaotic in your surrounding, then you're not chaotic in your brain.
Yes, and I feel like I get so behind on housework throughout the week, and then I'm playing catch up on the weekends. I seriously wish that I didn't have a not clean environment. I will say being a mom has made having a clean environment a lot more difficult, and I feel like I maybe don't have a lot of help in the help department. So I would say when I'm more successful in accomplishing.
I want to help you.
I do need help. I do, and I feel like no matter what I do to try to get caught up on things, I still end up getting just messed up.
Maybe decrease that list.
increase the list?
Decrease the list of things you need to do.
Sometimes I have a list of things to do and I can't even do it. Like one of the other nights, I came home and I was actually super tired. I had a whole dinner planned. I had everything like ready, just like in the fridge, and I just didn't make it. I just fucking laid there on the couch like
It's okay though.
I couldn't do
We
anything.
have days like that where I think I was gonna cook that day and I'm like, don't mentally want to do it. It's just like not in the books for me.
Yeah, Eric was like, "What is your problem? Like, are you upset about something?" And I said, "No, I'm just tired. I'm just so tired. I don't even know what to do."
I just lay on the couch and sleep, and he knows. If I don't get up after a point, you just want to eat out. I'm like, no, unless you want to cook. And then he will start to do it sometimes. And I'll be like, let's just eat out. Because he fucking doesn't want to put the effort in, little lazy ass.
Oh my god.
Not that I'm just kidding. He's really not lazy. He just doesn't want to do all the stuff that I be doing when I cook.
Well, I guess my full answer would be I need a clean environment to actually get things done.
To feel clear-minded.
Yes, but it does not always happen. But I wish that I did have a bigger
As long
house.
as you're conscious of that, and you know that that's your secret to success. My secret to success, what I consider to be my secret to success, writing everything down. Or reminding myself, because I've always failed if I don't. And I have found that I'm more successful in life and my goals and things I want to get done when I write them down and when I check off that I've done them and I see that I've done them, because it really feels rewarding when I see it also. And it keeps me up to par with it.
Maybe
Like with my budget as well. Like, I mean, not just my budget, other things, like things that I need to get, just, and it could be anything, like my grocery list. I write it down. I don't always type it in my phone. I do type it in my phone sometimes, but I do write it down in a book. And I like it. I don't know.
I used to write down more things. I really only write down things that I need and where I need them from. And I really haven't been making lists of like things to do. So maybe I should start
Like,
writing it.
I'll write lists of places I want to go. I'll write lists of things that I need to buy. I'll write lists of things I need to pack for, and I'll do it over time. That way, I'm not rushing to do it last second and on the spot, because I'll end up forgetting something.
I do that for camping trips and vacations.
That's
too.
why you prepare, and like people are like, oh, I don't like to pack too soon because then I like will forget. Well, like you don't have to put everything away. Like I will set everything right over there. You can see it right now. Everything is laid out on top. I'm gathering stuff like a nest of things that I need, like,
for vacation.
to remember, and I'll just set things on top, because if I don't want to forget. So I'm preparing as I go, because I cannot last second pack. And I know some people are like that and are good at it, but not me, honey. I need some time because I don't want to pack last second.
I am not a last second packer
Well,
either.
From what I have remembered, I think you are.
There have been times where
You're literally like packing the day of and you're leaving late and you've not packed. I forget that one time. What was that one time? God, I was like, girl, what are you doing?
That was when I worked third shift, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Because when I worked third shift,
Everything was out of whack.
Yeah, because I wasn't on a normal sleeping schedule. But I did used to pack last second. I do not anymore.
I've changed my ways ever since my Vegas trip. I didn't plan that at all, and now I plan things, and I definitely didn't budget that trip, and now I budget. And so just gain things over time, and when you stick with a budget or a schedule, and with certain things that you want to stick with. I mean, I don't have a schedule for everything. Like, I don't have a weekly schedule for after work I go to the gym and da 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 da. Like, I don't do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a schedule with my writing and stuff and things I need to do and buy. And so that's I am successful when I write stuff down. I feel like it's like a 98% rate of success with everything I write down.
I should definitely start writing things down more. I have most definitely...
It's also like writing it into existence. Because if you know that it needs to be done, then you're going to do it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've been slacking on my writing. I really do I'm starting to feel more not being able to focus again. So I'm definitely looking at possibly getting a sound bath again, because the sound bath really helped me to like return my energy back to normal. I really am feeling the need to do that again, but Eric does not want me to do it because it costs money. But sometimes money is worth it to spend.
Greg, why can't that shit be free?
Well, I'm going to ask the next question, which is a little juicy and it's a little loaded. So,
Oh, God.
the next question is, what is your guiltiest pleasure and why does it make you feel guilty?
Uh, oh, there's one I'm not gonna say.
You need to say it.
No! No!
What it's about.
No way I'm saying that one. That one came straight to my mind, but, but I'll do one more minor. A guilty pleasure. Wait, say it again. Hold on, say it one more time.
What is your guiltiest pleasure and why does it make you feel guilty?
Okay, there's one. I have two. So, eating chocolate bananas all the time, and because it makes me feel guilty because I eat them all the time, and I'm not usually a sweet person, and I've been eating a lot of sweets lately, given that I'm usually not someone that is enjoying sweets, but I'm wanting them all the time. My greatest pleasure is traveling, and I feel most guilty when I leave my animals, but I get so much pleasure at traveling, but there's also the heartbreaking, wrenching part of leaving my animals behind. And that also resonates with me. I don't want a fucking kid because if I do want to travel, I probably won't end up traveling without my kid because I'm gonna cry. If I cry over my damn animal, leaving them behind, I'm gonna cry over a kid. So it's a guilty pleasure because I get to leave, but my animals are left behind, and I feel very, very guilty every fucking time I cry when I drop my animals off or like leave my cat or something. Especially my cat because Oliver's more adjusted, but poor Finn is not. So
Normally, while I'm traveling, I know this is terrible to say probably, but I feel like I don't really acknowledge them until I'm like going to sleep. It's like right when I'm like getting ready to go to sleep, I'm just like,
well, of course,
Are
in
they
the moment
sleeping?
when you're having a good time, you're not thinking about it. But like the initial, like when I was like dropping them off or like leaving, and like when like and then when someone sends me a video of them checking on them, and then if I see another animal video or another animal, I think of my animals every time. Like when in the Bahamas, when I see stray dogs, I instantly think of my dog, and I'm just like trying to like. And then there was a stray cat, and I'm just trying to go up to all these animals because like I miss my babies. So it's just like I want to give these babies love, but like obviously they're strays and whatever. So
yeah.
there's a lot of stray animals though everywhere you go on vacation. So if you need some love, it's there. There's a lot of stray cats, and there's also like an infestation of mongooses in Hawaii. So like you'll see them everywhere.
Damn.
They brought mongooses over to kill the rats, and then they didn't realize that mongooses aren't nocturnal and rats are. So basically they didn't do anything.
Oh my god.
They just came to invade the island.
Invasive.
Well, invade. They're an invasive species, so they're invading the island. There you go.
Interesting. I didn't even know that about the mongoose.
Some dude brought them there. I
Well,
think it was Captain Cook. Captain Cook.
when it comes to my guiltiest pleasure and why does it make me feel guilty, this is such a loaded question.
Family.
I think one thing that I feel guilty about is scrolling. But I also realize that when I'm getting in a very kind of like depressed state and I'm scrolling a lot, I feel like it's not helping. But sometimes I'll just keep scrolling anyway because I'm just like addicted to the fucking scroll, I guess. But I'm also really trying to make it on TikTok, and this one
It's like
girl,
forcing yourself to really be out there.
yeah, and it's a lot because I really feel like I am putting myself out there to be criticized. I mean, that's what the internet is for, to criticize everything. And I feel at times almost guilty that I'm chasing this, but I'm trying to chase financial freedom. That's what I want. I want financial freedom to be able to travel and not only have like strictly 25 vacation days a year that I can use, because that's where the job that I work at, that's what I have to deal with. I don't know. I just feel like I'm restricting myself by working at this job.
Well, I feel the same way because that's the end goal is to travel and share.
Yeah. And I want to feel, I don't want to feel restricted by my job. And that's why I'm trying to pursue this career on social media. So I have the ability to travel at my leisure and to explore and not be tied down to
Grow your
a 9 to
conscious.
5.
Grow your conscious more. I feel like the more you do that stuff, the more you grow.
Because I'm fucking awake, I guess.
I'm not asleep like all those little rats. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, one of my friends who actually just went viral on TikTok after 6 years of being on TikTok, she just went viral. She has like 10.7K followers right now. She is actually making money from her posts now. And I asked her, I'm like, how did you do it? She said, for the last 2 months, I have been on TikTok for 8 hours a day. I am making videos. I am posting like 2 or 3 videos a day. I am liking, sharing, saving, commenting everything. Like literally every video I come across. I'm liking, I'm sharing, I'm saving it. I'm commenting something that's 5 or more words, but I'm doing this like all day long. And she was like, once you are in it like that, the algorithm knows that like you want it, that you want to go viral. And then she was like, just like that, all of my videos started getting like 10K, 7K, 12K views, and then it just keeps going. And she was like, it's because I'm on TikTok.
I just saw a girl saying that too, that you want them to know that you're not a bot and that you're a part of the algorithm, so you need to comment on people's stuff and be like you know, you need to go through people's things and be invested in the community, essentially.
And she was like, it is a job, but now that she's making money, so she's
Hopefully
trying to teach me how to
taken.
do it. Dude, it was supposed to get taken on April 5th, and literally nothing was said.
But it's still there. Like
it's still there, just...
But I'm saying, like, it's still there, the possibility of it going away, which is annoying. I don't like to think about it, but...
Yeah.
That's, like, the biggest streaming platform to learn anything that we wouldn't know from other places around the world.
America's streaming platforms are stupid.
Well, they're just so heavily censored.
Stupid.
Well, they have control over it, though. Some sense of control now. We all noticed the change when that first shutdown happened.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well...
I guess...
What is your next question?
Oh my god. I'm not asking that. I'm not asking questions that put me at hardness. I'm not. Plus, I don't want you motherfuckers knowing
Alright,
anything.
fine. We gotta switch cards.
No.
So, well, come on.
No.
I want to see what that card said.
Well, the one I was reading that I don't want to do is, what can we do to make you more comfortable expressing yourself? I'm like, shut up. Okay. Okay, here it is. This is the one I actually wanted to do, but it was red. Okay. What were you doing the last time you felt super sexy? This was the first thing I actually wanted to do, but I was like, okay, let me see if I can find a better one.
Well, ask the question again.
What were you doing the last time you felt super sexy?
Probably when I was dancing the other night at that show.
I was gonna say that might be the time too, because like, remember you told me how you dress so cute?
I did. I felt really cute, and there was this house music that was going on upstairs, and it was with songs that are like trending right now, so Anxiety started playing, and you know, it's house music, so it's like you gotta step on the beat. And I'm stepping on it, and I'm dancing, and I'm like I felt like there was like a spotlight on me. And I was
really
just
felt it.
I was just dancing so good, and I felt so loose too. So I guess last weekend? Was it last weekend?
Probably.
I felt so good, and yeah, I guess that's my answer.
Okay, well, I guess the last time I felt super sexy was basically any vacation I go on. Like, well, okay, so like when I go on these cruises, okay, so the Hawaii one I felt really hot when I was like going to the beach, when I went to the green sand beach, but when I felt really sexy when I was at Cozumel, I was going back to my pictures to try to remember something. Mm-hmm. And there was this part where I was walking back, and there was a bunch of girls that I had met at the beach club, and they were at this bar, and they were dancing to Sexy Red, and they all started screaming for me to come up to the stage. And they grabbed me, and I come up there, and I'm just fucking dancing a sexy red with all these random girls.
Oh my god.
And I just it felt sexy, you know?
Oh my
Sexy
god.
red makes you feel sexy. That's for sure.
I love her.
Have you ever seen that video?
I don't know.
It's so funny. I'll have to show it to you later. It's so fun though.
Yeah, I don't know if you have. Maybe I'm just not remembering. But I don't know. I don't know. It's not recalling.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll see it. We'll show it to you.
We'll post it on our Chatterbox page. I'm just kidding.
I'll twerk pretty hard.
Let's see.
You do yours now.
I don't know if I should ask this one.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Okay, I'm gonna ask it, and then you can tell me to go to the next one if you don't want to do it.
Becca.
How do you think that you could improve your creativity in the bedroom?
I don't know, honestly. Creativity in the bedroom. I don't know.
Nothing?
No, it's like the crickets. Say it again.
What do you think that you could do to improve your creativity in the bedroom?
Do some shrooms. That's the only thing I can think of all the time. Like, my mind. Like, it's closed. Like, I need to do some mushrooms.
They're not far away.
Or some, my friend.
But I would like high ceilings for my bedroom so I can have questionable material hanging from my ceiling. But
Yeah, I would do the silk, but not.
this is getting so spicy and I love it.
Oh my god, I found it. Okay, you ready?
You have such a good outfit on too.
Well, they literally went down the stairs and pulled me up there. This girl in the green and then this girl right here, they were like taking pictures with me at the club. So they're like, "You're so pretty. Like, is anybody here taking pictures of you?"
Oh my god.
This was a club. Like, on outside, there was like a bar. It was a bar, actually, that had.
I love it.
I was completely sober, though. Like, all those girls were fucking trash. Like, a couple of them were trash. So, like, I wasn't as, like, crazy, maybe as loose, but I did fucking feel it. I was like, I'll dance anytime, any place. And people were like, "Oh my god, girl, get it." I was like, "Girl, I'm sober as shit. Like, I will dance anytime, any place. Anytime someone follows me up, I will dance. Yes, I will. I will never deny that. Like, I will dance all day, every motherfucking day. And I always feel hot when I dance. Anywhere I go. Like, I know I'm bad. Like, I'll be like, at the crew, I'm like, I don't care. It's fun to dance. I think just knowing that you're confident and you're happy in what you're doing and like people that just overthink about it, it's just like, who cares about what people think, you know? Like, you're dancing to create, dancing is a form of therapy in a sense, really. Just like it was saying, like in this, you know?
Yeah.
The sacral.
Yeah, and it is.
So it's a form of therapy for me, dancing is.
Same. And I didn't get to dance throughout my childhood, so this is something I've had to embrace in my adulthood because I grew up in a very religious home, so I didn't get to dance until I was out of that. But when I did, it really does make me feel so fun and
That's why I
empowered.
get so excited to go out. Like, they don't have clubs like they did before COVID. Like, Treehouse, I used to go out every weekend. It was like my form of release. And then, like, COVID happened. And, you know, me going on cruises and going to other places I can dance at, it's like another form. Like, I look forward to dancing on these cruise ships because I know everybody is in the same vibe as me. Everybody will be going hard. It doesn't matter. You could be doing the dumbest dances. Everybody's dancing. It's just the best. So,
My favorite form of release is through the drum circle, which they actually have at the end of each month. On the last Tuesday of the month in Mount Echo, they do a drum circle on the hill, and it's with all of Cincinnati in view. And it's beautiful, it's transformative. It's every month from April until October. So I try to go, and I've been part of this community for about 4 years now. And even during the years that I couldn't go, they still reached out to me and was like, "I miss you. How's your son? How is everything?" And they were just so great in just being good people. And they are literally one of the most safest communities that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, EDM shows I've ever been to, I've always felt really safe. Everybody's very caring. You don't even know
Yeah.
somebody. They'd be like, "You good, man?" You know, you go to a rap festival.
Depends on who you're seeing, but sometimes you go to one and just like everybody's fucked up, like everybody fucked up.
Well, I've never been to one like that. I've just been to like a more like mainstream, like residence. Like people were super like, and then I went to the one I went to with Elijah in Columbus or something. Or no, it was at the Andrew J. Brady Center. It was Excision or the other one. Remember that?
Ilium,
No, Excision or the other popular one.
Subtronics.
Subtronics, yeah. It was either that one or it was either Excision or Subtronics. I think it was Excision.
I think
I missed Subtronics and it was Excision.
Oh.
And we went to that at the Andrew J. Brady Center and people were really cool, but I do not like when the mosh pits happen. I hate mosh pits. I hate being near them. I have a fucking PTSD from mosh pits.
Oh God.
From Warped Tour.
Oh shit. Those are some shit mosh
They're fucking dicks. They don't care. They just pull you in and start beating you.
Yeah, they start fucking punching and throwing hands.
Dude, it's insane. I hate them.
It's stupid.
Like, I'm not trying to release by hitting people. Sorry.
Hell no. Wait, did you ask your question?
No, it's my turn though.
Okay.
Well, because we were just talking. What happened the last time you overreacted, and how do you instead wish you had handled the situation? Oh God. Sorry.
God damn.
Got it for you.
Fucking this morning. God damn. I know if you've stuck around this long, I'm just spilling the tea at this point, okay? So this morning I had a particularly rough morning. So we have some bathtub issues, and our bathtub doesn't drain within a few minutes like a normal bathtub. Our bathtub takes like a day to drain. So sometimes that means that whoever took a shower last, if there's a lot of dirt, the water is very disgusting and all that shit just settles on the floor. So you have to clean it. Well, then after you clean it, you have to wait for the water to go down, and it's just so annoying. So I asked Eric to clean the bathtub. He did not. So then I had to clean it. And then the water wouldn't drain. And I don't want to take a shower in water that's with a bunch of cleaning chemicals in it. Because then I don't want to mess my skin up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then he says he's going to go take care of it and try to get the water to go down. He had like a little snake thing and he was going to try to fix it. Well, then I go to my laptop and my laptop wasn't plugged in. He had unplugged my laptop, which is what is our recording equipment. He had unplugged my laptop so he could charge his phone. With the whole bathtub situation, and with that, I blew up, and I kind of wish I didn't. But I knew what I was doing. I should have just talked to him like a normal person, instead of talking to him like I was extremely pissed off.
Well, you were frustrated with him, which is doable. It's just our emotions in the moment can be more intense than we want them to be, I would say.
Yes.
I get it.
And I feel like I kind of blew up about it. So, sorry, Eric, if you've even listened to this. Well, I'll apologize to you later in person anyways, so.
Well, I didn't really think I overreacted, but I guess in Chopper sense, I had made it seem that way this was yesterday. This is a very minimal one. I overreact, I'm sure, over all the time. Like, but to think of one right off the rip, I can't think of. This is the only thing I can think of. So, like, Chopper was saying how I'm mean, and it was we were all, like, joking with our friends, like, I'm, like, so mean to Chopper. I'm like, well, you're fucking mean to me. And but I wasn't literally, like, being straight up serious, but if he was gonna call me out, I'm gonna call you out too. And then he got here, he's like, you really made it seem like I'm awful. And I'm like, I really thought I was just playing the part. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wasn't, like, being literal, and he just kept trying to make me feel bad in a way, and I'm, like, not gonna feel bad because I wasn't intending to belittle him, in a sense. Like, he was saying that I'm mean, and they were both like, oh, like, you're mean. I'm like, well, he's mean to me too. I'm like, he's just this perfect little bitch. And he was was making it out that I was making it seem like he was just a mean, hateful person. I'm like, no, but you can be a little douchebag sometimes. Like, that's what I was trying to say. But he tried to say, like, just make it seem like I was overreacting about it, but I wasn't really being, like, legitimately serious. But he felt some type of way about it.
Maybe we took offense to it, maybe.
I'm like, maybe you do. Maybe you're guilty conscious. Like,
that's your subconscious, motherfucker.
I'm like, I wasn't being like, oh, he treats me like dirt. Like, I wasn't saying like that. I was just saying, like, you can be an asshole too. He's like, wait, like, you're not, what do you, I'm like, a little alcohol in you and you're ready to go. He's like, I don't do it unless you do something. I'm like, okay. It isn't always because I do something. You can just be a little asshole.
Just like a straight duck face. You're like,
it's just like, he'll make these stupid jokes that are mean and thinks that it's funny, and it's not. It's rude. And then like last night we were at home and he said something funny. I'm like, see, that's funny. That made me laugh. Not that other stupid shit you say to me. That's rude. I don't know. He'll just like make stupid jokes like about things like or mock me or like ask a question even though he knows that it's gonna piss me off. And then he's like, I'm just messing with you. I'm like, I've asked you I don't know how many times. It's not fucking funny. And you're never gonna get a laugh reaction from me. And I don't appreciate it. I can give you like next time I'll have to just text you when he does it because I can't think of an example, but it's just like he'll say certain things and it's just like, you're not funny. You're not funny. Like, and he's like, you just need to be chill. Like, I'm just joking. I'm like, well, when are you gonna learn that it's not funny to me and it's not a joke?
Oh my god. I really need to know an example of this.
I can't think of one right now. I suck. I suck at thinking of things on the spot. I'm already having to do all this on the spot. It's enough.
That's so funny. Wait.
We both did ours, so it's your turn to ask a question.
Okay, so this will be the last question. Then we will reach our conclusion, and then that'll be all for us today. When do you feel the most connected to your emotional self?
I always feel connected to my emotional self. I guess I feel more connected when I'm about to start. And my hormones are already like, my hormones are really intense. I'm not kidding. But I can feel it too, and like I'll cry more. I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't even know what makes it worse. I could cry over. I'm starting to cry right now.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm very in tune with my emotions. Just, I guess, like when I can like resonate with things, if something like reminds me of something, I guess. But I'm just really always emotional. Let's say the question again.
When do you feel most connected to your emotional self?
When I listen to music, also. I feel very emotional when I listen to music. If I'm feeling in a mood, it makes me feel like I'll go back to a lot of times. Certain songs bring me back to times. I don't really know if that's a good answer, but I'm also just very emotional all the time. Like, literally all the time I'm emotional. So I'm always very connected with that side, I'll tell you that.
See, I used to be like that. I used to be very emotional, like cry at the drop of a hat, like get angry and like whatever. And I really feel like as of right now, I've learned how to, this is sad, but I've learned how to suppress my emotions. And I feel like there are emotions that I should be feeling, but for some reason I am closed off to.
I think I could potentially do that as well, though. Because I suppress a lot of my trauma.
Yeah.
Very well. To where I forget it and I don't feel it. Like I didn't deal with it.
I felt like a little emotional yesterday about Walter growing up, and I legitimately couldn't even cry about it, though. It was like the weirdest...
Dude, I was crying over my dog.
It was like the weirdest sadness ever. I was just like, memories of him, like, getting bigger, and it was like making me get really sad, but like I couldn't cry. And I was like, why am I not able to cry? Like, I used to be able to just cry at anything. And now it's almost like I can't.
Maybe you don't need to.
Maybe that is what it is, because I can't force myself to cry.
Dude, I was literally the other night in bed, it was like 4 in the morning when I woke up on the couch, and I started thinking about my dog that passed, Nunu. And I'm probably gonna cry about it again. I'm like, wishing I could do more for him, wishing he was still around.
Oh.
You know? And how, like, there's this new show come out on Netflix where people are in heaven, and they meet their dogs in heaven, and they turn in their human forms, and then they start running and they turn into their animal. I don't know if that made me think about it, but
Your subconscious.
I'm like wanting to meet him again. Then I'm like thinking about Oliver and how he's getting older, and then I'm thinking about like how I could have done more for my. Well, I was moving around a lot when I had my Pomeranian, and I just would have done way better for him if I would have had my own place. He just did not have the best life. In my perspective, like living with my family, they're not. I don't know. Not. I wouldn't want my animal living there, basically, but I didn't have no choice at points in time. But yeah, I was just like, thinking about him the other morning. I'm just bawling my eyes out. Like, in Chopper's sleep, I'm just sitting there like, I'm thinking about my dead dog. I was thinking about getting, I'm like, his picture, all I have is his picture. He's buried in my brother's backyard. And yeah, just randomly thinking about that and started crying for no reason.
See, you really are connected to your emotions more than me.
But it's overwhelming. The empath shit.
See, mine
it's exhausting.
I wish that I could be as in tune as I used to be with my emotions, but I do feel like...
It can be a lot for some people, though, my emotions.
Not for me, baby.
I know, but it can be for a lot of people.
Hey, I mean, at least you can tell who your people are and who are not your people.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing, rather than wasting your energy and your time on people who don't
I
really care about you.
I done stopped doing that a minute ago.
Well, I wish we could ask more questions, but we have a long day ahead. Many, many things to do. So, as for today's exploration of the Sacral Chakra, for life lessons to take away, use your emotions to connect with others without losing your identity. And you should be able to freely express your own creativity and healthy sexuality. And it's really all about reclaiming this energy center, and it's about flow. There is a ebb and flow to emotions, to creativity, to embracing pleasures without feeling guilty, and even embracing your sexuality. There's a flow to it. It's not always the same, but when the chakra is balanced, your life will feel vibrant, relationships will feel very deep, you will be able to self-express, and it'll be effortless. And when this chakra is blocked or imbalanced, you will feel stuck, numb, disconnected from your passions. But there is good news, because healing is possible, and whether through movement, meditation, or simply giving yourself permission to feel every small step you take forward, remember to honor your emotions and reclaim your own joy. So as you move forward, ask yourself, where in my life can I invite more fluidity? Where have I been resisting pleasure or stifling my own creativity? The sacral chakra reminds us that we are meant to experience life fully and savor it. So dance when you feel called to dance. Who cares who's watching? Create without worrying. Create without worrying whether or not it's good enough for other people. Just create for the sake of creating. Let yourself feel your emotions deeply, because emotions are not weaknesses, but they are the essence of all of our humanity. So thank you for joining us on this journey to the heart of the sacral chakra. And if today's episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear how you're bringing more balance in your life. So please tag me in, whether it's a video, it's a message, about your thoughts, about how you are balancing your sacral chakra. Remember that you deserve joy, you deserve peace and pleasure, you deserve being able to be creative without feeling guilty for it. And until next time, remember to keep flowing and stay radiant, my Chadderbox friends.
Ooh, that was a good one. You pull that out your butthole? I'm just kidding. I turned it all like, you turned all sweet and I turned it all ghetto. Actually, no, hickey. That was a good one, though.
Always remember to keep it chatty,
keep it nice,
and keep it sweet,
because we will not be keeping this short.
There is a vote going on Spotify. If you are not on Spotify, just put your vote in the YouTube comments. Tell us if you would rather have for a break during the chakra series. Let us know if you want a story or episode about aliens, true crime, cults, or on Spotify, or just vote
Put
on
a
YouTube.
vote in.
Put
Put a vote in. Put it in.
Well, anyways, love you guys, and catch you on the flip side.
Ta-ta for now.